Oh, look, it's corny, but you got to be corny, man. You've got to be corny to make the move. I'll give you that one.
Yep. And no
You've got to
pickup
be willing
lines
to
aren't
take a
really.
step. Sorry,
Yeah, exactly. No corny lines aren't pickup. No pickup lines aren't corny either, right?
Fair enough.
And she was a belter. So I was like, well, this girl's heard guys approach and to say, hey, how's your night going? Blah blah blah. I've got to do something that sets me apart from the rest of the pack, man.
Fair enough, man. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Maybe I need to take a leaf from your book. Anyway. The Matthew Stott playbook might go crazy. Shout out Barney Stinson. K27 and Infinite about to go live for this elimination match. To turn my serious head on for a second, this is big for both these two teams. They want to still play for that main event at StarSeries 20. K27 know they're good enough to be there from the events they have played recently.
Absolutely. Huge series for both of these teams. K27 will begin proceedings on the CT side. Quinky, one and done. Great trade there from Dietor, and Kashta decides against swinging because he knows that they're all going to be looking in on this direction. There were 3 players pushing ramp and 1 looking to make something happen through Squeaky. That 1 has been removed from the equation. That's a man advantage now in play. And Kriez is going to call from the sidelines here for his teammates to double back towards the, say, bomb site, where currently it's only clax with the Julies. He's got some support from heaven, and I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about the man with the USP, and they've both gone down empty-handed, at least as far as that push is concerned. There's a play up the vent being made here by X5. He's got the kill on Dietor. Unfortunately, that's all he's good for. Zidu has been hurt on the drop down as he'll drop Slen, but Volt will trade.
Well, I thought for a second he was going to click 2 bullets and click Volt as well and win that 1v2. That would have been something. But Volt will manage to get that quick kill in return. Excuse me. And we're ready and ready to go. With Infinite starting Nuke well. That is the main talking point of the game for K27. It's can they improve their Nuke record? Can we see something that makes us hopeful in this one? This is probably one of the lower ranked teams they have played on the map, to give them credit, K27, as I was talking about with their results. But you never know. You never know. It could still be Infinite choosing the correct map. I think even if this does go awry in this opening map of the BO3, I don't think we can argue why they have chosen Nuke.
Yeah, absolutely. And K27 have got to start beating teams on this map as well to flex up a bit on Nuke and show that this isn't just a map that you can pick against us and expect to get a free win. Especially if teams who don't ever have it as a map that they pick up bringing it to the table, then it really is a massive punish pick. Infinite outside, looking to try and take longer range duels. Will part their way down into secret with the lion's share of their players. Kriaz lagging behind a little bit just to make sure that there aren't any late flanks that come through, trying to track the rest of the team that have made their way down already. It's another tag. A couple tags coming through here at the start of the round. Damage going in both directions. All 10 players still alive as we breach that 40-second mark.
Quinky jump spotting. See all the K27 players playing at their boot camp. Supported behind them by Balbina. Balbina. Pronounced, but because of Quantum Bellator Fire fame from back in the day. Zido will manage to find Kriaz. X5 has a move to make. Great catch on Slend. Bomb might be planted, but damage has been taken onto both Dietor and Blitz.
Oh boy, X5 is just doing the most. Yeah, exactly. Fantastic work coming through from him with the MP9. Wow. He's even going to get Blitz as well. Brilliant job from the IGL. He didn't crack the nod for an invite to the boot camp, but he certainly got it done from his bedroom there with the triple.
Beautiful. We are human.
I can confirm. Yeah.
I pressed the button. I moved my mouse to it. Genuinely, I'm not even lying.
Just like the neuron activation. Yes, I must click that box that confirms I am a human.
You want to get yourself over and click our panel below the stream, have a glance at our Lorgar partners, of course, PC provider for StarSeries. is what these players are playing for to play at that main event. Don't think we've got a guaranteed location confirmed yet, but we have played a lot of these tournaments historically, you know, for Stake Ranked and Lorgar as well, over in Barcelona. So we don't know for sure yet, but we're figuring it out.
Either way, you know it will be a straight banger, that's for sure. All right, K27 successful at their force, but at least Infinite were able to get themselves a bomb plant to subsidize their investment a little bit more coming into this round. AK in play for Quinky. He's got a job to do here as well, tucked in behind the box for the moment. Oh, labored on the first. He'll come away with the kill. He's taking a lot of damage in the process. Tito, the first responder. He's actually gotten ahead of the flames. That's really brave. It's bold, but it's beautiful. Only Kriaz left for it remaining, and he will surely follow suit. Infinite going to have to eco in the next. As K27 have gotten themselves a lead. Now, historically, you can't really point towards either their T side or their CT side as a good half for this team. 47% on their CT side. 35% on their T side. So
yeah,
either which way you spin it.
Not great.
This has just not been a favorable map, yeah. Oh.
No plan for you, baby. See you next round.
Yeah, wrong kind of bomb going off there.
K27 will assert themselves on CT early. And I think that's the main talking point for the game, is how they're going to look on this map. Can they make it an unlikely 2-0? We think they're going to win the game. We're favouring them in our predictions, obviously. But we'll see how it goes. We're hopeful for the future of some of these K27 players as well, especially the likes of Quinky, who has been stunning lately in all the tournaments he's been playing. Prediction for map 1 is slightly favoured toward K27 by Stake, and I understand they're a much higher ranked team and have proven themselves more lately, but Nuke is not a playground they favour. Let's see if they can change that today.
Like I said, they've got to start getting wins on the map just so that teams can't guarantee a map win, even if they aren't Nuke players themselves. Infinite haven't picked Nuke once in the past 3 months. And they've been lured into the pick here. And like you said, you can't blame them at all. But K27 are showing that they're not just going to roll over here. Good start to the gun run. A couple of kills coming through for them. There's still more where that came from for Infinite. K27 have got to make sure that they don't continue to take unnecessary fights. Like, I'm quite keen to watch this closely and see what they're struggling with, right, on Nuke.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some common mistakes they're making. Maybe they're lacking rotational knowledge. Obviously a fundamental part of the map itself. Maybe the roles just don't really fit the positions. So I'm keen to see what's been going wrong here. Nothing going wrong in this round, though, that's for sure.
Nice shot from Cashlid. More from him is what I'd love to see after his slight fall off from when he was very highly rated at the beginning of his run on the team. Daito now all alone. Here's the rotation around, but any damage here, he'd probably take every single time. Does win the duel on Quinky, and to be fair, that does get him the kill. And immediately, with Quinky making a bit of noise there, give Daito the bomb plant. Now, this would be a 1v5, by the way. He was able to pull it off. It's not going to happen. I want to stick my neck out, Matt, and say it's not going to happen.
Not really sticking your neck out much, I don't think.
He's in a very good position, but in the end, working their way out double door worked out. That is the great position if a player doesn't come through the control room, right? Because you see legs first on the
or ramp as well.
Yeah, ramp exactly. So not bad from Daito. 2 kills in the plant. He'll take that from a 1v5 position.
Yeah, a little bit of economic damage and a little bit of extra money, which is going to push him over the edge to get a hero AK. Now, that's because they've got that max round loss bonus behind them. So they're going to have quite a bit to work with here. This is these types of rounds are where I'm expecting K27 to struggle as well with the issues that they've had on Nuke recently. These kind of rounds can be really difficult to contain. Just these big poppy plays into either the A bomb side or rampy. You know, maybe a smoke in front of Squeaky and down the vent could be an option as well.
Faster move into
And
A
here we
by
go.
the looks of it. And as you say, maybe the pace is going to be the answer for Infinite. Can X5 hold on? It's only one. Clax will also find one. So will Cashlid. So will Zido. That kill feed is full. And Slend now has to piece it all together. Bomb picked up, dive down the vent, Quinky in the 1v1. In all the madness though, Slend did not pick up any of the rifles dropped.
Crazy. Quinky has read this to perfection, gets himself in position, he gets dinked by the Tech 9 at range. What a crazy, ridiculous round. What's Quinky doing? Why is he going A? What is he? Gotcha. Just
got
getting
you.
the AWP in it. Yeah.
He thinks the bomb's
Imagine he
gone
like...
away.
Haven't heard that voice in a while. At least, yeah, it's been a minute. Love that one. But
I don't even know where that
you will
came
get
from,
the AWP.
Loki.
That's okay. You should bring that one out more often.
No,
but
no,
imagine
it
he,
hurts.
imagine he fell. Like he had enough help, I suppose. But that would have been a clip of the year, man. Anyway, they lose a lot of players in the process, but they do win the round.
Okay, I've been told by the K27 social media people just to confirm some pronunciations. Quinky, easy. This is a tweet from ages ago. Relaxy, when he was on the team, that's also very easy. Cashlid, X5, X5. Zido is Casido, I think. K-S-E-E-D-O. It's like Casido.
Yeah, Casido. Yeah.
Add a bit more of a K rather than a Z, which is fair enough. So Casido. And obviously the coach, Balbina, not easy. We know that's a different pronunciation. It's not Balbina. It's Valena.
Valena. Valena.
Yeah, something like that.
And why is
Trying my best.
Boomage and not Voomage?
Our producer's chiming in as well to give us a bit of a helping hand. He's got more an accent that is on the right side of things to help us out.
Well equipped. Yeah.
Well equipped, legend. We love him. Shout
And then
out Daniel.
Celax, did you say? Celax?
Celax, yes. Yes, give us some help on that one. K27 Socials guy. We need that. How has Cash got out of dodge there? That is crazy.
Yeah, just file a warrant for this guy's arrest because he's a criminal. Oh, and this was the gunny as well, Trav. Not a single point of damage. Okay, a little bit Cashlet and X5's taking a single point, but only stand left. Did you get some clarification on X5's pronunciation? Did we get anything on that? Sorry,
Well,
I didn't hear you. You did say
funnily
so.
enough, back in the day, I interviewed him, and I had finally, after all that time, I think it might have been when he was on K23. Funnily enough, he's ranked up 4 numbers now since then.
Yes.
He's on K27. I asked him, finally got the chance. I said, is it X5 or can you like call it Zagev? Because I thought it might be Zagev at one point or like Kazavev. He said X5 is fine. So I've stuck
But
with
I don't want
X5 ever
fine.
since.
Yeah, like I don't want it's fine. I want to know what do you call yourself, brother? I remember the story was that he just like slapped his hand down on his keyboard and those were the 5 letters that appeared, right?
Apparently, who knows? I mean, it's hard to trust these players sometimes. They could just be trolling me on broadcast, but
Just having a
apparently that's
laugh,
what he
yeah.
told me. Apparently
Yeah.
that is what he told me. I do remember that from back in the day. So, yeah.
It's better than people who just use their first name as a nickname. Anyway, moving along swiftly. Trav. I know. I do hammer that one quite often. Either way. Get in on the ATK giveaway banner below the channel. We'll take you to where you need to be if you're looking to upgrade your gear.
Indeed. And a bit of a giveaway running as well, which we'll see more of a bit later. K27, 6-1. Enjoying themselves at the moment.
On a streak.
Kriaz, unfortunately, 0-7, yet to get a start. One of the things that he was kind of known for in all his teams he's played on. I mean, he's been around the block as Kriaz. Swedish teams, international teams. Even played, I think, in Asia for a bit, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, part of that Team Finest squad as well that won I think it was a Pinnacle Cup back in the day. That was a classic. Beating Eternal Fire, and it still would have had Xantares and Walczaki. Yeah, he's having a poor start, unfortunately. Usually very consistent.
Oof, not getting better
caught
here
again
either.
here by Quinky.
Yeah, this is what you get out of K27, right? You get a group of players that are just extremely good. Like, when they're all on point, they're just really tough to beat. Now, did Casito catch a glimpse of Volt? He will be able to sweep around and get that kill. There's a double drop down here from Heaven, bomb carrier included. They'll overwhelm clax, so at least it's going to net them a plant here. Oh, never mind. I spoke prematurely, and it's only Dietor left remaining. He'll go down here as well. The problem is that these rounds have just been completely dominated by K27. I mean, just look at the lack of kills here at the moment for the T side, right? 7, 13, 15 kills in 8 rounds. Not even averaging 2 frags per round at the moment.
That is the painful fact, unfortunately. There's all great individuals on this team. And they all can be, in their role, excellent. I mean, remember Blitz playing in Tier 3 with Snacks on Let Us Cook? He was a big factor on that team. They managed to go deep in a couple of online tournaments back then in that mix. Daitor's been always very reliable. Slender's the main factor of the team. We saw them in that interview at that local LAN in Portugal that they played when we covered that event. They looked very jovial, enjoying themselves. They need more of this. They need more of the fast-paced entries on A, and they'll get that.
Goodbye.
Quinky will get blitz, but clax is not long for this world. That nade will dunk him out of the ground, but Quinky could be doing for some more. Daitor takes point, and you're absolutely right. That is the one that makes the difference. That's a 2v3 compared to a 3v2.
Yeah, that's the kill that signals the end of the round. Cashled, I think, has already made the decision that he's going to be playing pretty safe with the AWP. Maybe he'll reassess if Casito can get a kill here from Heaven. They got plenty of money. And, only 3 more rounds left to be played in the half after this one. It does feel like this should be impossible. Cash is going to try and flash Casito forward, but Peak comes through a little bit before the utility takes effect. Cashled should die to Slen, never mind. Maximizing the damage as Cashled, as he'll find the 3 players left alive there. We spoke about how he hasn't been in the same sort of form we've grown used to seeing out of him, but he's absolutely delivering here on Nuke.
His exit kills, but they matter, that's for sure. So, yeah, they deserve to be called impactful for me. Not in terms of winning a round, but in terms of hurting Infinite for the future. And yeah, I mean, Cashled was really high rated. There's a couple of games that he played in particular where he just absolutely farmed Simple, I think, in an online game, and that kind of got people on notice. In general, his consistency was really, really good. And as you can see, those stake odds now are all in K27's favour. More of that from Cashled, please, because I know what level he has. He's just been overtaken by other AWPers in Tier 2, Tier 3 that have also gotten opportunities elsewhere. And, you know, he's not showing as much of a level as we came to expect at the beginning of his run on the team. He's been overtaken by the likes of Quinky on the rifle. We've got a team kill in the mix there for Volt, trying to flick around to find a frag, and he finds Daitor accidentally. That's a big shame, because now they're 4v2, K27, and Infinite have lost the bomb on the side.
Yeah, Casito got a kill outside in the meantime, which is just really brutal. I mean, the corner wasn't even checked at all. Slend nearly finds the lineup on the double spray down there, but is at least done enough to leave Blitz in a winnable 1 versus 2. Looks a little bit comedic there. Obviously, he's worried about somebody being on top of Hut. He'll go down to Cashled. K27 immediately back to winning ways. And just going back to the points about Cashled there, obviously rounds start taking shape, so I couldn't quite comment at that point, but talent and trajectory are not linear. You're going to have these ebbs and flows. You're going to have moments when you fall out of form, and then the challenge, that's the challenge that separates good players from great players, is the guys who are able to go through those dips in form and be able to come back from them even stronger. Not let it get to their head. Figure out how to overcome those patches where they're a little bit out of form and get themselves back into it once again. So it is actually healthy in some senses, you know. It's what maketh the man. Challenges maketh the man.
And means they can maketh their moments as well.
Yeah, and it means that they're able to overcome adversity. It's exactly what Infinite are facing right now. Heaps of adversity. Have been able to make their way down Secret unscathed, though. 3 of the 5. The problem is, Slend is the one with the bomb. How does he join his teammates?
Nobody did.
They try to go back up the vent?
Yeah, I mean, that is an option. But with Volt waiting on ramp, I mean, the bomb is still lobby, to be fair. I just thinking with Volt waiting on ramp, maybe it is more sort of a B-focused round, considering they are down. Because they can just take the bomb through ramp. They're keeping their options open, put it that way.
It's very, very peculiar. Yeah, it looks like it. Clax seems to be somewhat ready for it. Yeah, indeed. Got that under lock and key. Now, obviously, Infinite won't know it. Oh, okay, hold on. Put that point on ice. They find a couple of kills back with the pistol, so maybe find a way back into the round. Volt knows there's a really good chance it's a peek that's going to come through from heaven, but just too many positions for him to juggle. And like I said, Infinite won't know it, but there's actually nobody on ramp, and they could have pathed both Volt and Slend down ramp in towards the B-bomb site to join up with the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's a good point. Clax is a weird player. Now, you kind of brought it up at the beginning of the game. He's not weird in terms of his style. I think if I was to give you an example of a player who's like... It sounds mean, but it's not meant to be mean. It's meant to be, you know, positive. He's kind of like a nothing player. He does his job. He does it very well, but you kind of never see highlights from him. You never see his name up in lights in terms of a big carry performance over the course of a BO3. He's the epitome of reliable third best player on the team. For me.
And I tell you what, it's not a bad way to have your anchor being described, because he's not supposed to be the guy who's in the limelight, right? He's just supposed to be that reliable guy, that known quantity. Casido, that is just, I mean, honestly, what a way to get the kill. Kriaz knew he was there, but Casido just playing with full confidence right now. He's 17 and 5. Slow down, man. He's just punching them in the face, saying, hello, I'm here. Can K27 rack up double digits?
Quinky in a good position as well. Yeah, Casido, you're right. That KD, I've been kind of missing how good that has become over the course of the map so far. Cashed is in a great position as well if they want to try and reroute. Seems incredibly unlikely, though. They're biding their time and focusing on the B play. Quinky's got the angle he wants. A bit of help will be available too from that double door position. Guess who is in position again? It is Clax. And look at the damage he's doing. Just chipping away. He might go down, but Quinky's not being cleared. Quinky could have a play here. He can wait for Cashlid to come in, or he can bide his time the full way through. It's being looked at by Blitz, but he's not pulling the trigger yet until more contact comes through. X5 going down, though, is an issue. When does Quinky make his move? The answer's now, but he can't deliver it. Unfortunately, I could see the plan. I could see the vision. But unfortunately for him, Infinite got vision on him pretty quickly. 3 on T side, not bad, but it's a long way back still. K27 in full control. We'll see if they can close map 1 after the break. Welcome back to the second half for the StarSeries 20 EU qualifier. Another team about to be eliminated today. We're over in Group A now. And K27 and Infinite will continue to do battle. Infinite, will that third round on T at the end of their first half just give them a little bit of something to work with? We know K27 do not like this map in general. On T side, it'll be a bit worse than their CT, you'd imagine. So let's find out if the close is possible for K27, or if we've got another one of these maps which has a big lead at the beginning before a close scoreline. Clax will delete Daitor though on the push through on his hold. 1-for-1s elsewhere though. Blitz will find Casido. And Send will also manage to tap Clax, and that gives Infinite a very good shot at this retake now.
Yeah, man advantage, and this is going to be a big clash. The entire last 5 players in the round here are just going to be crashing into each other there outside of the double doors. Couldn't even get my words out, man. Great work from Infinite, realizing we got the man advantage. Best course of action from here is for us to just band together and trade our way through. No trades even required as Infinite win that much needed second half pistol.
In the end, it took a surprising amount of time for, there it is, for Quinky to die when he had 3 players looking at him. But
I think that's what shocked me the most.
Yeah. I think the reason for that is they know the kill is a guarantee, and 2 of the 3 CTs are just body spamming and not trying to go for the headshot, right? Because it can be awkward in that fashion, mentally, just to lock in the headshot.
Yeah, true.
And yeah, the fact they got the final kill immediately off the back of that was important. And now they can get going. If they can win this round, you know, it's a long shot still, but I'm willing to say Infinite could be favourites for the map, knowing K27's record.
If they win the anti-force here?
Yes, this one.
I think that's very fair. Like you say, considering the struggles that K27 have had in the past on this map, Vault will get a big kill there on Clax. I thought that Kriaz might be the one in trouble, as it looked like he was being pursued. Now, has the head of Casido been spotted? Yo, they're pursuing him. Casido wasn't expecting to actually be pushed in that sort of fashion. He's now juggling multiple different people. X5 looks like he's going to get caught off guard. He does indeed. Well done there from Kriaz. 3v5. K27 floundering in their force by Casido, eventually going to go down here as well. And it looks like Infinite not going to have any issues whatsoever in winning against this force buy.
Oh! Go on, give us another. Oh, he had 1 bullet left.
Needed that so badly.
Yeah, and that's the pressure of having 1 bullet left in the Deagle. Nice shots from Quinky and Cashlid, but Infinite will hold on with 3 alive. And yeah, if that 1 bullet is connected, that also saves his teammate.
Exactly. That's why I say he needed it so badly. Would have given them maybe a semblance of a chance. Instead, it doesn't work out the way they would have wanted, and Infinite start to build themselves back into this game. And if you don't want to build a computer, instead just get one for yourself. Lorgar is where you should go. Probably build one there as well. So whatever your needs or desires are, check them out.
In comes what looks like a fast move from K27. Tech9's going to be rushing in, but the MP9 is ready. Volt and Slend and Kriaz and Daitor will all chime in. No ecos for Blitz. Sorry, mate. I wonder where Blitz's cat is right now.
That's a good question. Asking the important questions here.
I know. That is an important
real journalism
answer we need. Yeah.
Well, Blitz and his cat going to be a bit happier with the way that they've been able to recover. They were down 9-2 at one point. Seemed like K27 had a good chance of getting themselves up to double digits in the first half. That was denied. And I'm not looking at this as much as you, as it maybe now Infinite being the favorites from here. I need to see them win this gun round as well. If they can win this gun round, I'm right on board. Sign me up.
Okay, but let it be known, I called it at 6, not 7. So...
Yes, ahead of the game there. You bought the stocks a bit earlier.
Objectively, you are right, though. The first gun round is the important one to really confirm it. I feel like they're in the game. Daitor's playing credit. I thought for a second there he was going to creep forward toward Casido. But he's going to lurk his way round, keep himself alive for now. X5 is out squeaky. Getting any more from there is not going to be easy. Head seen. Good reaction and adjustment. In comes maybe a face from that Daitor position I was talking about, but that can be cleared. Oh. Casido
was never expecting that, because he was around there originally.
Yes, exactly.
What a
Another
shot from
good
X5,
reaction from
though.
X5. Okay.
Yeah.
2v2 recovered. Best chance of the game for K27 on this T side yet.
Yeah, true. Bomb plant secured. That'll help moving forward, but they want more. They want the round. Nobody's looking heaven right now. They're lucky that Daitor's waiting for his teammate. Cashler, that's probably barely any part of Daitor exposed. Cashler gets the kill. Does check back in towards lobby. Doesn't spot players. He's going to go back again. And he's connected on that shot as well. Cashler and X5 recover a ridiculous 2 versus 4.
And those 2 headshots from X5, they are not ones that are replicable. You can't rely on that every single T round. So we'll see how the rest of the half goes. But they were beautiful.
Not cope
Here's the
harder,
first
Trav.
one.
This is... cope even harder, mate. K27 have got this. Shots like that from
X5
X5.
at the end were really nice too. Like, taking point in a round like that for Cashdid, not being overly defensive, is what we need to see from him for sure.
Completely agreed, man. The one who's looking to be proactive, he's looking to try and make moves as we see the stake odds coming back to earth compared to what they were at one point, that's for sure.
True.
You can deposit $20, and along with that, use the code STAR35. You get $5 a day for the next 7 days.
Alrighty. K27, can you follow that previous round up? The heroics from X5 and Cashlid.
Big A burst coming through. Yeah, Futal being barreled on in. Twinkie going to lead the charge, but nobody checks on top of the rafters. Vault will make them pay the ultimate price. Still may have work to do here, looking to reposition himself. Yeah, I can tell you what, that wasn't far from a collateral. He's gotten the kill on Slend. Thankfully for Infinite, there's another kill that comes through from the captain. All eyes now in on the save bomb side. Cashlet is the one with the bomb, though. He's going in towards ramp. Kriaz is already very smartly repositioned. Ahead of the game here is Kriaz. And K27, well, the fast player into A, not going to yield the result they'd wanted.
Clax is last alive now, and without that bomb. So that means that this round is done. He tried to push out of that squeaky door and stay hidden, and maybe he thought Blitz had seen him. I'm not so sure. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Cashley had charged into ramp like that. Either way, unfortunately for Clax, all he can do is save the AWP. Judges it well. So Infinite will hit straight back again. Cashlid will get his AWP back, but keeping that AWP is almost an awkward factor to this round. Sure, Cashlid, I'm sure there are many rounds in his career where he's had a hero AWP in a round like this, a saved AWP, and he's been able to carry his team over the line with pistols around him. But this is going to be awkward to hold on to, and they only have deagles around it. Clax even, with extra utility as well, dropped over to him by a teammate. We're going to try and join our 80k mouse giveaway. A quick click at the panel below the stream. So what can Cashlid do with this AWP?
Well, there's your
much.
answer. Yeah. Great pick from Slend, taking down his opposite number. Slend is up to 16 kills. I actually haven't checked in with his numbers recently, and I was wondering, Cashlid must be clearing him, right? Wrong. With that kill there, Slend goes ahead by a kill.
And overall, Matt, same thing's been happening. I mean, I think Slender's a 1.18 rated AWPer in the last couple of months for his team, which is pretty solid. That's what you want to see from him in the bounce back from the Gamer Legion era of his.
Absolutely. I mean, certainly not the only AWPer who struggled in his tenure on Gamer Legion. Hypix's the first to really kind of be able to settle in that role.
That is true. Good pick.
Has killed back. Yeah, they'd love damage here at the minimum.
Not sure
It doesn't look like they're going to get much out of it.
Oh, how on earth did Casino not go down quicker? Either way, it's all good. Ooh, thought Daito had the drop on Clax there, but info retrieved. It's dinked for 75.
No time.
But yeah, again, it's a case of recover the AWP for clax. 2 rounds in a row now. I think he's going to try and keep hold of this. And he should be okay in doing so.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, I think the computer's on fire. They should have a log RPC in there, Trav. The smoke
Yeah.
that's coming through on the screen. Balbina looking a little bit confused with the way that this game is getting away from them. Decision-making time now for K27 in terms of how they want to spend their money. It's going to be the AWP drop to Cashlid. Khalil is really the only handicapped gun. K27 have been in control throughout the entirety of Nuke so far. But should they lose this round here, that will certainly shift. That 37% win rate's on Nuke starting to show, mate.
Well, they've still got the opening kill. If you miss a molly, doesn't mean you can't get a kill still. It's not like you get your gun confiscated.
Yeah, it should be some sort of punishment that you suffer, but it's all good. Alright, oh, yeah, I mean, Casino, it's a little bit cheeky, especially when you're in the 5v4. It's just gimmicky, isn't it? It's gimmicky to try and go for something like that. Now, they have tested this A-bomb site once already, and Volt had denied them. The problem this time is Volt's here by himself. They're going to make their way down the vent. At least Quinky is. Okay, rest of the team now going to come through afterwards as well. Kriaz in a really powerful position. He's got Slend who's rotated through. He's going to hold the longer line.
One will be planted.
Hello.
In the open now, though, as the nade completely reveals that attempt to plant that bomb. And tell you what, I think clax and Quinky would have thought they would be in an afterplant. They are not. And once again, clax is last alive. Not had much luck in the last couple of rounds as clax even get a clean duel. He should go down here finally. Managed to find this well, and damage is good here.
Bang.
He continues to give it a look, but he wanted the deagle kill. Kriaz will make sure he holds on, and good work and combination from Kriaz and Slend there down toward B. That was a really good hold. You know they had that nade for that attempt to plant in the open, but in the smoke, right next to the site silo. And you mentioned the Casino push outside. The plan with that is to join up at the end of the round to get like a lurk maybe in toward Hell. That could make them make their mind up whether they go down the vent toward B or go for A with that Hell/Heaven presence. They didn't have that. They had to choose B, and it went that way.
Yeah, true. You're not wrong. Just went against him, unfortunately, and now Infinite have been able to battle back to a 1-round deficit. They were down 9-2 at 1.7 round gap. Only lost 1 round since then. They've been very convincing on the CT side so far. Kriaz, I think he only got, what, 1 kill in the first half? He's gotten 10 here in the second. Probably the top fragger. Oh, X5 had to do a double take. Have we swapped halves? Is that an enemy? Yes, indeed it is. We'll get the kill, as does Daitor. They'll take whatever they can get in the sort of around all K27.
Again, they're going to try the smoke to attempt to push onto the side, and it does, with a bit of a whiff from Blitz, who's not had the best of maps, it has to be said.
Ooh,
going
nice.
down, X5 gets a second onto Slend. All of a sudden, the bomb plant can come through comfortably, but X5 will go down to Volt eventually. Good molly. Quinky was dead anyway, to be fair.
He's
Now,
got a
Cashlid has got a Glock, and he's going to have to make a move to get anywhere near that bomb. Or retrieved, but the thing is, the bomb can be defused behind it. Incendiary is picked up, but it's
too
no way.
late.
Yeah, no way is that going to be there on time. It's plenty doesn't do as much damage as a molly either, the incendiary. So
True.
bomb
Unlucky.
will be defused, and Cashlid keeps the AWP, which is nice, but K27 had a glimmer of hope there.
I mean, I will say K27 have been in these rounds, at least. They've been in these rounds on the T side. It hasn't been like a dumpster fire of a second half for them, but being in rounds doesn't get you points on the board. And that's where they're falling short at the moment, is converting these 3v3s, even 3v2s in some instances, getting away from them as well. Infinite have done really well to battle all the way back to a tied-up scoreline. Can they finish off the job from here? X5 will already dispatch of his opposite number. Early kill coming through, and he wants to now try and take that space he's created outside.
And the stake odds favouring Infinite now for good reason. On the favoured side, on their favoured map, and not K27's favoured map. But, as you say, opening kill. That is critical. Will they be able to avoid losing a player like they did with Casido last time before they make their move to a site?
They're just going to keep it extremely simple here, and I don't mind this type of a decision considering the way the rounds have been going so far. X5 going to set them up as far as the util is concerned. Nobody home. Dietor, to a degree, is this being considered at all? Clax, yes, he's going to just run into him. Just charges like a rhino. the tip of the gun being the horn. Now, Infinite can't afford to go for this, Trav. They need to make the decision off the rip here to commit to the save with the 3 players left alive.
They will now.
And I heard a tick as well. And that might be a pause coming through for Infinite to discuss this following round.
I think it has to be.
K27 obviously not in the business for hunting here, at least not a lot. They'd like to build up a bit of financial stability of their own. Not the end of the world losing one, but they don't want to commit more than that.
Terrorists win.
And K27 regain the lead. Have they got 2 more rounds in them here on the T side of Nuke?
And talking over K27's recent results, you were mentioning how a lot of them are kind of blowouts. The only close one really being the 1917 loss to VP online in CCT, and that is the new VP that has some promise to it. All the other results against decent teams, don't get me wrong. Probably only Psychoface on LAN is a poor result for them, even though that was Psychoface's best map, I think, at the time. 13-3 to Aurora, 13-9 to Heroic, 13-4 to NIP, 13-8 to NIP, 13-9, 13-9 to Nuclear Tigers, 13-9 to Gentlemates. They haven't got more than double digits in all of those bar one, the VP result, 1917, like I said. So here they are, with something a little bit better today. Sure, against Infinite, who I would argue are kind of in the middle in terms of ranking and relevancy in some of those teams that I've mentioned there, kind of between a Psychoface and an NIP, put it that way.
Yeah, fair.
Still.
Trying to get the monkey off the back, trying to show that, hey, any future opponents, Nuke is not a free win for you when you play against us. It's really what it's about from here. If they win this next round here, K27 that is, the job is almost as good as done because Infinite will not have any residual money after they plug the gaps coming into round 22.
I really think it is important, not just for Infinite to win this map, but also to really compete in this entire series, because they've reached a point where the invites that they could glean might start to run out for the local LANs, the sign-ups that you can do. Sure, don't need a VRS rank 4 if you use the registration for some of these smaller LAN events, but if their form is poor, it's just going to run out for them. And they won't be able to keep themselves relevant without winning at events like this and in important qualifiers against higher ranked teams and the LANs. And they've been lacking a lot in terms of that form lately, only really being propped up by those Super Draculan 2 BO3s they won. So that's kind of the reason they're in this qualifier for me, with other teams also not accepting the invite, to be fair. It does contribute. But they really need something to shout about with this lineup. They have made that change to bring in Volt. They're trying to bring them more stability. That's what they want.
And experience as well. A lot of experience. True. Major finalist in Volt. Now, K27 have just discreetly constructed the wall of smokes, then made their way through secret into this lower bomb site. Blitz is now starting to consider this. The problem is he doesn't have anybody to cover his position of ramp, but he's just going to abandon that anyway and try and set himself up in on this B bomb site. He's currently in transition though. He's trying to get in towards the shadow corner, and he will find himself in position. The problem is all 4 players around you have all got mollies. Surely one of these 4 mollies will be committed to this position.
Oh
Wrong.
my word, that is criminal. Come on, guys. How are you letting Blitz do this to you? A 3K from nowhere. Every single piece was in place there for K27, and all of a sudden, Cashfit is all alone. How does that happen then? And getting out is a big issue too. He's going to try and shift his way Oh, he's actually pushing his way forward rather than going back up secret. He's a dead man walking. Great no-scope on Volt at mid-range. But I think this is going to be not long for this world. And there we go. Daito will take him out. And Blitz, very quiet map from him, Matt. That is a great moment, but kind of gifted to him from K27.
I mean, a fantastic multi-kill there to his credit. He's done very well to get all the kills that he has in that situation, but just criminal from K27 that they haven't considered that whatsoever. And made to pay the ultimate price, 11 all. Infinite have tied things up once again. K27 have got enough money in the bank here for a buy and a bit of pocket change. Bit of spare money for Infinite as well, but it does feel like whoever wins this has a very good chance of finishing off the job in regulation.
Oh, in goes Kriaz. In goes the captain for Infinite, trying to make something happen, and that's big damage on Clax early. Volt holding on for 2 on A is incredible, though. Casido and Quinky both going down. And now Slend pushing outside, needs this one too. He got caught there, suddenly 3v3, round could be back on again, not the case. Cashlid burnt out all the way down to 22 HP. Even though Clax has an advanced angle on ramp, it's not going to amount to much now, you'd think.
Yeah, surely not. Not with him and Cashlid having, what, 38 HP between the two of them. Blitz is not taking any unnecessary risks either. The ship has sailed for K27, I'm afraid. 9-3 half. Big pistol round as well. Had the 3v3 in the pistol. Had a couple 3v2s and 3v3 since then. And then that opportunity in the round before this one where they get into the B bomb site unscathed but do not use their utility to clear out the corner. And they've made the decision to commit to the save. Both AK is going to get carried across into the next round to at least give themselves a glimmer of hope. But Infinite will now have a lead for the first time on the map in the 23rd round.
Crazy. Of course, we had that game in the qualifier with HOTU and Astralis where HOTU were always in front. Astralis never had the lead, even though both maps went to overtime. What a time for Infinite to get into the lead here. And crazy for HOTU as well, by the way, they're able to demolish Gamer Legion in Bounty. Shows you just, you can't really count previous results like the, like that Fnatic one where they got 13-0, 13-3'd.
Yeah, true. All right, well, there we go.
Many examples and evidence of that over the last couple of days with just the epitome of online Counter-Strike for 100 Thieves beating Falcons and losing to Nuclear Tigers.
I know. This is Counter-Strike math, man. It doesn't add up. You can't say Team A beat Team B and Team B beat Team C, so therefore Team A will beat Team C. It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Here we go. Can K27 keep themselves in the contest and force a set of overtime? Or can Infinite keep the streak up all the way till the bitter end? Casido, big jewel brewing, but Slen just instantaneous there in the time to kill. Moves being made outside as well. Kriaz commits to the flank in the meantime. K27 starts to get a move on in on ramp. Blitz is here. Smoke drop, but they're way ahead of it. And at least he's gotten a kill before he went down.
Slen getting that kill with the AK, very impressive, but he does go down there and caught on a timing by Cashlid on the Slend Advance. Slend not having an AWP in this final round of regulation, by the way, when he had money to buy it. That's a small thing to know. Keeping the AK into the maneuverability of it. Does go 1-for-1, but now in comes the big moment. 3v3 after plant for K27. They know, more often than not, they would be holding on to this situation. But in round 24, there's a lot of pressure on them to get this one over the line to OT, and that is a great pick from Daitor. Combining with Volt's flash to find Quinky, it's Cashlid and Clax. Great angle for Clax, but he only gets one. Cashlid now needs a clutch, being jumped on by Kriaz, and Kriaz will get it done. A quiet map for Kriaz, but hang on, he doesn't have one of the kits.
No time.
He's having to run back and collect it, and there's no time for it. Oh no. So close to a map win, but we will go on.
Oh, a disaster. That is so brutal. What a way for the map to have gotten away from them. They fought so hard in the second half there, and it felt like the job was done. He had done the hard part of actually getting the kill, but he didn't have the time on the defuse. A calamity K27, they're still in the hunt, but it's one of those games, it just feels like they're destined to lose. Like, I don't see how they can get the start. Even though they've done well to get it into OT, how can they win the game from here?
I completely feel the same way. If K27 find one T round in overtime, I will give them a shot. But anything less, it's over. One of those maps where the team does look on a good T side. You have moments like this for K27 losing the lead. But that clutch was crazy. Kriaz's been a little bit quieter in the map, of course, the captain of the team. You can forgive him a little bit. That's why he's making moves like this in overtime off the rip. And if he looks up to Silo, freebie. Okay, can he get out? He cannot. Casido is clued in.
Yeah, very important kill coming back from Casido there to make sure that they limit the damage done by Kriaz, or at least cancel out his kill. And now they go back towards the scene of the crime, recognizing they've gotten the kill on the player who plays outside. Some space available as a result.
I think they're going to go, aren't they? Push forward with the flash to burst into Mini. Bolt holds on for one. Daitor, though, is in a good position. Casido will drop. That's a great shot from Quinky. And with Clax finding Daitor, it leaves Slend 1v2. And again, even in overtime this time, no kit for him either.
Has he got it in him? Taking his time. Doesn't want to compromise his position before he gets a kill. Both Clax and Quinky in behind the bomb site, though that might be difficult for Slend to read into. Still trying to close the gap here. Got that element of surprise. And the nade gonna combine with the kill as well. Kit on the ground, scooped up, enough time. Defuse comes through, and Slender's done it against all the odds.
Incredible. USP! Didn't even use the ult for the first kill. How about that? I'm almost lost for words that he's even able to win that one. Look at the peak.
Yeah, you and me both. He's made something out of nothing.
Does contribute, by the way. That's huge. The HE does extra damage to make that USP second kill easier.
Absolutely. It's the combination. It's the 1-2 punch there between them. K27, I mean, man, they've struggled so much on the T side, and the fact that they're not closing out those sorts of positions is a disaster for them. Cash will be the first to fall. Players in position. This A-bomb site defense has been stacked up. No, not Kriaz's POV. What's going on the site? Yeah. More action. Devastation from Blitz with the double down. And Infinite look like they're still destined to win their map pick. They're just taking the long way there.
Yeah, feels that way, doesn't it? K27 have had their chance to get their T round, like I mentioned, right? That was the one.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If they get one,
that was the
I could
one.
feel it. And
Agreed.
Slend, unfortunately, for K27 has put them down. Some big round swing for Slend in that clutch, that's for sure. 14-12 confirmed.
Biggest lead Infinite have had so far here on the map. K27 used their one timeout afforded to them here coming into OT. That previous round also did smack of frustration, I think, Trav, just trying to run and brute force their way into A. Infinite was so well poised to deal with it with 3 players on the bomb site. K27 used their one timeout afforded to them here coming into OT. That previous round also did smack of frustration, I think, Trav, just trying to run and brute force their way into A. Infinite was so well poised to deal with it with 3 players on the bomb site. Can we get a zoom in on the notes there? No, maybe not.
Yeah, going through his notes on the Steam overlay there.
Mate, if those notes haven't helped you in the past 14 rounds, I'm not sure what they're going to do now.
Unfortunately, we've got a bit of a techie at a pretty poor time for both these two teams. Hopefully it won't be too long before you resolve it. Blitz out of the chair. Hopefully the cat hasn't bitten through a wire.
Some of the stuff we've seen so far here, I'd like to bite on a wire.
What's going on here,
What's going on there, then?
What's broken?
No, I think it's Pops is grabbing something, maybe.
He needs screws.
Nuts and bolts and screws. Yeah. And the drill as well. That's what Infinite are doing to K27, man. Drilling them.
That's the definition of a IRL pause that we occasionally see as the
Honestly,
reason.
I actually think it's Diator who's having the problems. Yeah, look at that.
Okay, fair enough. There we go.
It's just.
I guess Blitz is, you assume dad is just like, okay.
That was Kriaz,
dad,
mate.
quick.
That was Kriaz, no?
Sorry, say that again. I missed you.
That was Kriaz, no? I think it was Kriaz.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Well, the point is, you're 100% correct that it's like, okay, if you need to come in, now's your time. This is where you do it. Here's Blitz.
There we go. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I had
No,
Kriaz,
we're all good.
Blitz on the mind because of the cat.
Been a hell of a day, mate.
Kriaz's dad has obviously come through and knocked on the door before, and maybe there's been a bit of a message. I'm busy, bro. I'm live. Don't come in the room. I'd have to call a pause. It would be uncomfortable. It'd put me off. And then tech pause. Teammate having issues. Yeah.
Dad.
You can come in. Can you come in, mate? It's all good.
Come do what you need. And he's like,
Grab your
Dad's so proud. He's
screwdriver.
like showing the camera. He's like, yeah, have a look at this. Look at what I'm doing. Little moment in the spotlight there for Pops.
Oh, God.
Can we go back to Diator's camera? We can see what sort of progress he's making. Looked like his PC was restarting there. So
Yeah, I saw the gigabytes. Maybe he needed a Lorgar PC.
he needed a Lorgar in it.
Init, mate. I don't think I've ever used Init, mate, unironically.
I know. So you're too posh for a Brit to be doing that, I think.
What the hell? I'm not posh. How dare you?
Come on. Come on. Not going to catch me off. Blitz, Diator looks like he's having some serious problems. It's now just full blackout.
It's coming back. I see lights.
Okay. Some signs of light, yeah. Hopefully, we'll be getting back underway here momentarily.
It is a
Does seem
lovely
like-
day for a spot of Counter-Strike, wouldn't you say, old chap?
There we go.
Just trying to play into it, you know?
Yeah, no, I can. You're not playing into anything, mate. The allegations are on point. Is that a Starbucks bag in the back there? I was trying to figure out what logo that is.
I think that pretty sure, yeah. Dead
Right,
certain that
I
one.
think so. Clax
They
is
don't cost
braiding
a
his hair.
coffee.
Back to Diator. I want to see what's happening. I want to see what's potting. Maybe we can give him some assistance here with tech support.
Yeah,
you
live
tried
tech
turning it
support
off
that he
and on
definitely
again?
Can hear.
Logo that is.
I think that pretty sure, yeah. Dead certain
Right,
of that
I
one.
think so.
They
Clax is
don't cost
braiding
a
his hair.
coffee.
Back to Diator. I want to see what's happening. I want to see what's potting. Maybe we can give him some assistance here with tech support.
Yeah,
you
live
tried
tech
turning it
support
off
that
and
he
on
definitely
again?
Can hear.
Pictures. I can still only see 4 pictures at the top of the screen there for
Correct.
Infinite. So he's definitely not back in the server. God, when did we start this game? We were supposed to start it 2 hours ago. Obviously, the previous one ran over.
That is very true. Very true.
Yeah, it's been a lengthy affair. I like the design with the arch on the wall there.
I know. I've not seen a room with that sort of design, actually. I don't think ever, honestly. Looks like that cupboard has not just got drinks in, it's also got a screwdriver and screws. That is a cupboard of many...
Multi-purpose?
Many purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's in Slan's one? That's what I want to know. Probably clothes, right?
You'd imagine with that size.
Always got the lotion, Trav. Lotion next to the computer. Just missing the toilet roll.
Kriaz looks too innocent.
Just to keep the... Nah, he's just keeping the hands moisturized in it. That's all that's about.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can't be gaming with dry hands. Can we go back to Daitor's cam now? Oh, okay. That's promising.
Hell yeah. True. Our producer Daniel has said that looks like Vaseline, and it is a kind of like moisturizer.
Brand.
But
no, that's the brand.
You can have. But Vaseline do make moisturizer. Yeah. I have dry skin between my eyes. You know, like a little nose bridge between your eyebrows. And I use some of that on there. It works very well. It's like magic. It's crazy. It removes
some
the dry skin
people
immediately.
Might be shocked to hear that Kriaz is 28, but I guess we figured out his secret.
Good point. I mean, he is a babyface, isn't he? He's a babyface assassin, Kriaz. He's been around for a while. Been a part of many different teams in his career, as I mentioned earlier, in very different locations as well. He's really tried everything to keep his career going. And I think in-game this team with a 1.06 rating, doing a good job at the moment. He played for Apex. He played for Budapest 5 back in the day, Team Finest. Eklot went to China with Wings Up, would you believe?
That's the one, yeah. I'm on that niacinamide and CeraVe combo for my skincare routine. Can recommend for anybody else out there. Yeah. All right. Finally, we're back underway once again. Now, what has this lengthy break in play led to is the question. Kriaz, well, he's just itching to get back into the thick of things. And he goes searching, and that'll cost him his life. And X5 has found Daitor. Oh, boy. Looks like K27 may very well at least get one out of this first half after all.
So Volt and Blitz are going to go searching together. Casido is going to peek forward, but Slend is also in the vicinity. Blitz went down the vent for a split second. They don't know about Volt, and it could fall apart because they're both in position, in the right position, to counter where K27 are going. And look at Blitz taking point. Oh, Clax, he's so... Fortunately, he was so ready for that one. That could have turned things around a little bit. But it still could turn around a little bit. Slend will find X5, 2v2.
Yeah, not a whole lot of time to play with Clax and Cashlet. Going to be trying to go down the ramp in towards this B bomb site. There isn't any way here for Infinite to immediately respond. So Volt's going to have to make his way down the vent. He wouldn't have been heard. Now, how do they go about this? Does Volt take first contact? It's kind of awkward because he's coming through the single door, and he'll have to now get it done all by himself. Clax is only on 49 health, and Volt's going to very interestingly path his way through, not immediately swing. And then he comes out, emerges from a position that Clax wouldn't expect, and he keeps Infinite flawless in the first half of OT.
Oh, K27. K27. You really had chances that have gone begging in this one, haven't you? 2 after plants. Imagine if they'd both gone your way. After such a struggle on their T side, they could have been boasting about 2 T rounds in OT and would have been ahead 14-13. As it is, it's Infinite 15-12, needing 1 on their T side to take their map pick.
Yeah, I can't help but think that K27 are going to be kicking themselves as Nuke continues to just be a disastrous map for them. Three chances here for Infinite to finish off the job. How many will they require?
Need to wait the smoke for Casido. Kriaz is not in a position yet where he could be taken. Could try and path his way through. There's a few flashes, but then the nade is blown open again. Although the smoke is blown open again by the nade. And Zido will hold on. And that's important work from Casido. He needed that. So he's getting an advantage straight off the bat. Wouldn't put it past K27 to get another 3-0 here.
I mean, I'm going to say I will. Surely with the...
Okay.
turn and form we've had from Infinite through that second half, they'll have the momentum and the players online and feeling it here to get the job done and win one of the next 3. Volt will catch Casido, but he won't be able to get out of dodge, kind of trapped in the corner there in between the two of them.
Quinky's in an awkward position, but he double kills Blitz and Daitor. Always not the easiest trade to get as a T player when you've got a CT in that area. And Slend, he's been given chances, but not been able to find either one of these 2 kills. 12 seconds, and he could be at risk of dying after time here. Where's the path out? Surely the vent drop will come in, no? Oh, good reaction. One more? All right. Fair attempt from K27 to try and remove that AWP, because if they did kill Slend after time, he would have been left with 3k in the bank.
Yeah, true.
Only.
It's definitely worth committing at that point, right? Because they're also not at any risk of running out of money themselves, because if they lose one round, it's map over. So makes sense that they commit as much as they do. Either way, 15-13, K27, check the first of 3 off the list.
This could be a long day at the Long Day Factory. We could be at risk of having a longer day when we had 3 BO3s, like we did yesterday. But hang on. Blitz has gotten 2. Casido and Quinky will hold on. Quinky getting a second on Volt is the important one. Would have been a 2v2 without that. Kriaz all alone. And Casido's already aware of the possibility that he's crept through Garage. Heaven will catch him. Good reaction from Cashlid. Only one more needed.
Perhaps you were onto something, Mr. Trav. Perhaps you were ahead of the game once again, as he so frequently is. Can they go all the way to force double OT? Quinky has stepped up, by the way. He was next to Anonymous in the second half, unfortunately. On the T side, and I think he honestly might have gotten like 3 or 4 kills through the entire half. But here in overtime, he's delivering, in particular on the CT side.
It's a weird map, isn't it, for K27? It's clearly not one they enjoy. We've been talking about it like a broken record, but on CT, not too bad. I like all the different graphics we've got for the players there, and how they're also introduced onto the screen. There's a good little flash assist expand there. Shout out StarLadder for their efforts on those.
True, I like the way we've stepped up with our graphics as the qualifier's gone on as well. Very, very nice integration into the broadcast.
Casido fighting for Mini again. Smokes in front of him. Similar story to the previous round. Once again, there'll be nades available for him to fight, but with Slend finding his counterpart immediately, that could change everything. The space like he has wants.
Exactly. First time they've gotten an opening kill in the second half of OT. Is that enough here to get them across the line? As you've highlighted, Kriaz is making moves, and it doesn't look like this is being considered one jot right now by K27, and clax is the one at risk of going down. The problem is that Infinite are making their way down secret in the meantime. So even if Kriaz does get this kill, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. Maybe it allows him to go up the vent. Kriaz has kind of missed his window of opportunity. They'll get the frag on X5, but his power position actually just means nothing right now.
Will it confuse them over where they want to go? That's the thing that I'm concerned about.
Gotta go up the vent.
35 seconds left. They should know there's at least one B, and there's the vent hold. That is the cue to go. With clax looking about like he was about to go down, surely they can call it back and it will all be okay. 25 seconds. Quinky knows he's going to have to put his skates on, but it might be a bit too much, and maybe he'll be face planting on that ice rink. Casido's with him, but it's a 2v4. Infinite may have finally found the key to getting their map pick over the line. K27 need miracles from 2 of their best players coming in here. Already some information too on the first. Tuxedo will find Blitz. It's a good molly on Slend, but Slend, even though he's in the Molotov, he'll peek through and find both of them. Infinite will get it done. We always thought it would be a struggle for K27. They made it close, but it will be an Infinite map 1.
K27, I mean, I feel like they're just going to be frustrated because of how many positions, which looks very similar, like the bottle shape.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's from the same brand, maybe?
Who knows? If
There's
you
no
could pick a
alcohol in
juice.
the ginger beer. Yeah.
Yeah, they're true. If you could pick a juice, what would you go for?
Does Coca-Cola count as a juice?
I mean,
Just
people might
straight
debate
up,
that one. Let's go fruit
simple
juice,
man.
mate.
Fruit
Yeah,
juice? Pineapple. Bang.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
What are you going
for? Me, a good mixture of like pineapple, mango, and passion fruit in a smoothie. Yeah, sign me up.
Hell, I didn't know that
Sign me
combining them was an option. Anyway.
Sorry.
Here,
Sorry.
that's okay. Sorry, you juice mogged me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it'd be a good orange, but yeah, I went for the smoothie caveat. Apologies. We're going to start off Mirage here. Molotov and smoke on X5 as he looks to try and make something happen with that. But there's the bomb already thrown forward in connector. Kriaz will drop it, but Quinky will find that trade. They need Blitz, but Blitz can only find one. Two quick gooshes from X5. And they'll keep the man advantage. Volt is pretty stuck on triple box. He's getting wall bank and connector as well. Doesn't know which way to look. And Daitor has now been found and fragged by Clax.
Yeah, Clax had played that exceptionally well because he gets a kill from Palace and then he just toys with Volt. He waits for his teammates to get on the act. He even gets another kill before that. Does the most with that Palace lurk to aid his team as much as he possibly can. So great work coming through from Clax as K27 open up favorably.
That's one of the main things about K27's Mirage is, sure, look, 3 months, T-side, not the best in the world. I've seen worse. 46.8% on their T-side, with a 61.4 on their CT side. But the main stat line I think is really cool to mention here for K27, as we've seen a little example of it there. This is 12 times only in the 3 months, right? They've won 18 out of 24 pistols. That is a big percentage. 75 even. So, more good work with it there. X5 lining up that volley with the ladder room window. But look at the rotation back around now. Back into T-spawn. Bomb is being taken that way too. Volt close ramp with the 5-7, of course, very powerful from that position, but doesn't have a whole lot of help right now, does Volt, and that's the main issue. He's got Blitz in connector, but this 5-7 is going to need to just get some kills for free. If they just don't hard clear this angle, you can see they will pick burst. Of course, he gives it a pre-fire, and Quinky can hold for Blitz on his peak wider from triple, so no problem there. Bit of money for Slend, and 2 kills actually, and Daitor, you know what, did force the issue. Straight through that bench smoke, getting one more there was pretty nice, but only a very, very brief 2v2, which K27 are able to close. Actually crazy, by the way. I want to point this out because it's kind of funny. Someone in chat said, how does K27, young 4K elo facer grinders, lose to 30-year-old grandpa Volt? You can't even, don't even round...
That's a bit rough.
You can't... Even if you round up Volt's age, he doesn't reach 30. He's 24, bro.
Yeah, just because he's been around for as long as he has doesn't mean that he's 30 years old, guys, okay? He's had a long and storied career already, but let's not add the age factor on top of it as well.
Come on, man.
Respect your elders, but he's not that old.
Me and Matt are 29. You can round our age up. Fair enough.
I don't know.
And I can give us a 30. I won't put that too much against you, but Volt being
Volt's
only
younger than
24, that's
Yampy.
Mirage. Yes, I know. True.
I saw it was his 25th birthday today. Yeah. And then Yampy was like, I'm 25, so I'm now closer to 30 than I am to 20. I was like, bro, in a couple months, I'm going to be closer to 40 than I am to 20. And that was a pretty scary prospect, you know. That was like, oh,
yeah.
Reassess things a little bit. Anyway, K27 have cleanly got themselves up to 3-0. See if Infinite now with the weapons in play can make some sort of a mark here on the defense. Lend has his AWP to work with. AWP in play for Cashlet as well, and he's already been able to put it to good use.
And Matt, I think I want to reinforce this point again. This is something that K27 are so used to, getting control of the game early, right? Like the fact they've won 18 out of 24 pistol rounds on Mirage in 3 months, that's 75%. That is a much higher number than many other teams.
Yeah, it's a fantastic return, mate. Just ever reliable in their pistol rounds, that's for sure. So Scuddy is going to go here. K27 try and get themselves in towards the A bomb site. Infinite have responded accordingly to it. They've got the entire team over on this bomb site right now. So this is going to be a brawl. This is no longer about a bomb plot. This is just about getting the kills. And the kills continue to go back and forth. 2v2. That's going to settle for a moment. They were just pausing. I actually really like the double pump here from K27. Yes. After having shown all this presence, I think they're just going to hold back here and then eventually finish this round on A. But they're going to wait long enough such that Infinite start to think that maybe they're actually moving away from the bomb site. Maybe they're going to be going B. That's why Daitor's been forced to actually go top mid. It does give Blitz a chance, though, to actually get a deep position in on the bomb site.
Blitz is in a good role, yeah.
Needs at least one.
One is usually what you can get from this position. It's when the AWP jumps at you like that! But maybe not with a finish like that. Cashlid from above. Leaping down. 3rd kill in the round. And Daitor will be asking Blitz, bro, how's he killed you? And Blitz won't be able to explain
will be saying,
it.
You have no idea. Yeah, exactly. That was ridiculous from Cashlid. I mean, he's supposed to be the lamb to the slaughter. The guy was supposed to be traded. And, well, the lamb turns into the slaughterer. Daitor will be able to get the first frag on Cashlet. I thought he might just continue to try and surge into Palace. They're going to tap the defuse to draw Casino out, but won't be able to get the kill. K27 looking very good here on Mirage.
Well, you can't legislate for that. Look at Bavina's reaction is so funny there. That deep breath and a little bit of a raised eyebrow. Yeah, he knows that one is not one that's going to go his team's way if you played that 2v2 10 times over.
Yeah, true. I mean, Cashlet is looking indomitable here from the start of the map with the AWP, forced to be reckoned with. K27 couldn't get it done on Nuke, but we know how good they are on Mirage, and if this goes to Ancient afterwards, that'll be a very good map for them as well. And also with the struggles that they've had on Nuke in the past, they'll know, okay, we lost on Nuke again, but to a degree, not to say we would have known that would have happened, but it's not unfamiliar territory, right? So it's going to be probably a little bit easier to reset off the back of that loss than some of the others.
Yeah, and the stake cards will very clearly favour K27 on this map. Now they're
no way
04 to 8. Pretty
I'm going to go create
banger.
a stake account right now, Trav. I want to get into those odds.
It's going to be.
And if I wanted to,
with 2 for the M4.
I would deposit $20, wouldn't I? And I'd use the code STAR35. That'd give me $5 extra a day.
$5 goes a long way, Matt.
Especially where I'm from.
That is true.
All right, well, Infinite on the low buy. Look like they're finally going to be able to move the needle here on their CT side, assuming Cashlet and Clax can't make something happen. Sure, he'll get the first, but never expecting Slendier as well. And that leaves Clax high and dry on the opposite side of the map. Great dink. What the hell? Volt does 94 damage there to Clax.
Ouchie. Point I want to make about the previous round from K27, as Kriaz is on a good track and trace here to find Clax. 1 bullet, bro. 1 bullet. There we go. That previous round where Cashlid jumped in to get the kill and confirm the 2v2, basically. Sure, because he needed a good clutch. I think he deserves credit for that. That skill you brought up of pausing in those scenarios is something that a lot of young teams need to get drilled into them, right? Like Nuclear Tigers and K27, these two sort of teams that we've seen on the broadcast today, they sometimes only know full throttle.
Yeah, true.
And need a coach, experienced coach, like Nuclear Tigers have with Polt now. They did have, I think it was, Tony Black before, and now K27 with Varvina. It's exactly the kind of thing you need to just tell those players, pausing is a good thing. Don't want to, if there's space to take, and you know it's confirmed information, sure, take it. But if it's a 2v2 in that scenario, you can just wait, and it's a better choice.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Just sows the seed of doubt in your opponent's minds as to what might be going on. Clax has been able to make his way out of Palace into Firebox. Was he spotted there by, I think it's Volt on stairs. I think he may have been, okay. Kriaz just gets deleted off the server here in this round. Great shot back from Daitor. I mean, Infinite did decide to go searching top mid after they'd gotten an opening kill, and I'm not sure I completely agree with that think tank / decision making. Volt just desperate to force the fight there with Clax because he doesn't know what else is coming from connector, ramp, and on the bomb side itself. He is pretty stuck in the middle of a triangle of these three players. And he's doing pretty well to avoid them here as much as possible, but eventually he does go down. Man advantage now for the T side on their force buy. Bomb carrier yet to get across though.
Daitor's got a great angle. Playing from stairs. Oh, how has he not killed Clax on default? The Nado at least will, and with Blitz's help, X5 will go down too. Quinky will pick up the M4. He's got 4 bullets in that now.
Winsies.
One headshot on Blitz won't kill him either, so he needs a fresh magazine. 20 seconds to Eagle draw. Knows he's being pushed. Can't connect with either. Daitor, good grab. And Volt, I think that wry grin tells you, oh, how have I managed to waste that much time when 3 players are trying to attack me from 3 different positions?
Yeah, good work still from Infinite, though, to be able to get the round on the board. That was probably always supposed to be there with them playing against, I say always, but against the force buy. Those sort of situations have to go their way, and it did. And that means they've earned themselves an anti-eco, so an opportunity to close the gap to just a single round here. K27 is going to group themselves up. Do they have any utility here? Got notifications coming off my screen. No, nothing. Just pistols. Barely any upgraded at that as well. Extend will farm some extra money. That'll afford them an AWP in the following. And Infinite, they're keeping this one interesting for now, Trav. I mean, obviously, it was a great start for K27, going up 4-0, but Infinite starting to level up here as the game goes on, in pursuit of the 2-0.
Something. They were to eliminate K27 at this stage of the tournament.
Especially if they beat them 2-0.
Yeah, we were looking at it beforehand. We were having the underdog / top 4 favourite conversation when you look at the whole qualifier as an overall, as an overview, I should say. Looking at Aurora, even with the new team, they have to be in there somewhere. Astralis are on, still got name value enough, even because they haven't changed team. You'd think that they would be able to keep some consistency at this level. Heroic just won a LAN. Magic are definitely in there. K27 made the final of that LAN that Heroic were at over at Stake Ranked. So you'd be hopeful for them, but at the moment we've got Magic confirmed, Aurora confirmed, sure. But Astralis in their decider match versus Heroic or FOKUS to come soon, and NIP through. So maybe a few difference makers in there that we're not as confident in, or weren't as confident in beforehand.
Oh, that's unlucky there for Volt as he looks to try and cross to the corner. The smoke could fade. That leaves him exposed, and Daitor will get dominated by Cashton. Yeah, that was just a battle in middle there. All of the kills going down in middle as K27 make sure to keep distance between themselves and Infinite.
On the A stream right now, update that we often give you for that main broadcast for Star Series 20. Lovely Lucy and Brandon over on that broadcast covering that game. Between FOKUS and Heroic. Heroic are a map up right now on FOKUS and also 10-8 up. FOKUS got an incredible win today over at Blast, over against Aurora, beating them 2-1. Two maps they won were Cash and D2, with Aurora winning Nuke. FOKUS need a bit of a comeback to get one over Heroic as well. Heroic won Ancient 13-6 and now, as I said, 8-10 behind on Inferno. And that could be a fascinating game, because with Astralis waiting, could we really have another Astralis versus Heroic gigabanger on the side of the game as well? I feel like we could. Great pick from Slend. He'll get a bit of collateral damage there as well. The trade from Cashlid is smart, and they needed that. Now Volt's under a bit of pressure, and he's been seen. That's the issue with playing triple box that long, having to adjust your player model in that position. He'll get caught. Casino will find Daitor. Good spam coming through from Blitz at least, but it's still a 2v3. Orpo is retrievable here for Blitz as well, so he could just grab that and go off and save. In the end, he gets caught trying to do so with the smoke fading. Kreaz will try and do the same. He picked up a kit and util, to be fair, and he's looking to give this one a go, but that nade will come flying in toward him. No kill with that nade either. And couldn't pick up that AWP on the retreat. See him glancing at his health bar there to see if that bomb is going to catch him or not. There was a small update to that the other day with the health bar and the way smokes and mollies work when that new bomb explosion goes off. Pretty cool seeing the smokes being blown in the direction where the bomb has come from, or away from the direction where the bomb has come from. Bomb is planted. You know what? I'm going to look right now and get the exact wording for you guys. Valve Counter-Strike 2. Patch notes. Give me the update. There we go. July 20th, 3 days ago. The bomb damage health preview is now revealed when the bomb becomes audible. So that was a small difference for it. And I think it's a good difference. Which is... especially considering before you could see it anywhere on the map, whether it would kill you or do damage to you on the health bar. So, nice little change there, I think, those 3 days ago. K27 don't want to change anything at the moment. They are in control at 6-3. Yeah. That's why I said earlier in the broadcast that even though it sounds rude, he's not a nothing player. He just does his job very, very well. He's not explosive or, you know, extravagant with the way he goes about his work on teams. It's always been the case as well in his previous teams as well. Even though that Aurora team, who was very, very solid on in some anchor roles as well, doing the dirty work. You've been my star. I reckon I could. Alright, looks like we're preparing for an A-take here for K27. Waiting ramp. Bomb in tow already. Underpass push is coming through now from X5. Leading the way. Blitz. Going to try and stop that as they come up connector. But that smoke is going to be awkward for Kriaz. He's going to have a lack of information now and have to call to his con player. That is now open. Hoping his short player can do something about it, but it's never really a favoured angle for a CT when you don't have an AK. The M4 having to hit 2 headshots on a bench headshot angle. AK always is advantaged there. Yeah. Well, if you pick them like that, though, then there's always a chance. Doesn't matter if you're low HP when you have that AWP. Volt is 4 HP. Do they have confirmed damage from earlier? He has swapped to that Tech 9. He didn't see Volt on short. The thing is, Volt saw him, so he doesn't know if he's been seen or not. There's the info, and he's taken 5 more damage. It wasn't a big shot from Volt, but it's a big shot from Cashlid. What a 1v3. That was unwinnable, and he made it happen. And Slender's dead if he doesn't look at X5. Okay, he's hopped away. Still a 5v4 for K27. That just sums up the half. And that is the sort of moves we want to see made by Cashlid. None of this saving malarkey. That's more like it, baby. If Infinite win this round, I'm going to give my knife to producer Daniel. Yeah, this one's done. Casino will easily deal with Volt, and that Cashlid clutch. I'm glad we've gotten a great highlight from this map, because right now it's a bit of a run-up. It's the second 9-3 in a row, by the way, for K27, but this time on their favoured map and on that T side. Let's see if they can close and take us 3.
All right, K27 with a phenomenal first half performance, going up 9-3. Very good work coming through from them. And they spilled a 9-3 halftime scoreline on Nuke. But that is a map that hasn't been very good for K27. However, Mirage absolutely has been. It's more just a question of how much of a sweat are they going to have to break to get the job done here on Mirage.
Yes, sir. Can we fade the music out, please, my friend? As we're back into the game. Legend.
There we go.
You can look at that. Off the rip. That's how on point they are. Clax.
Clax
in
needs
jungle.
3.
3-0.
Yeah.
Unlucky. Ironically, the score of K27's last BO5. Not the right
Okay,
way.
I like that. Yeah, connect the dots. I was wondering where you were going to go with that one, to be honest.
Yeah, there was no big World Cup match, to be fair.
Yeah.
The World Cup, that was a 3-0. 3-0.
True. At least not on this most recent one.
No.
Very convincing here from Infinite in the pistol. And they've done the job. Really no problems for them at all. Just smooth sailing right up until the finish line, as they will now find themselves a fourth. Just about damage control at this point here for K27, trying to keep both X5 and Quinky alive. X5 says, mate, all alive as a flash, and it's gone. Great pistol round out of Slent. 3 frags coming through from him. As Infinite, I guess, at most, keep themselves alive by winning that pistol.
For now, Blitz will manage to get a $200 discount on his round 2 buy by grabbing that flash that you mentioned.
$200 goes a long way, doesn't it?
Of course. Felico coming through. And maybe that X5 flash that he's got in this round will also go a long way. You never know. You never know. We've
So I'm gonna
seen
pose-
teams lose to USPs before.
And pose the question to you, because on Nuke, you had a lot of faith in the comeback for Infinite if they were able to win against the Force Spy. So where do you see this one here for Infinite where you'll start believing in them once again?
9-8. It's very different here.
9-8.
Because
A
it's
completely
strength.
different context, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be a travesty for K27 if they lost this map as well.
A Travis T.
What flavor would a Travis T be?
Good question. I'm going to go lemon and something.
Ah, okay.
Lemon and ginger.
Yeah, good one. I like that option.
Lemon, ginger, and honey, probably.
I mean, that's a classic combo, isn't it? I love that
course.
combo. Especially when you're a bit under the weather.
For sure. The other day, for some reason, my throat was really hurting, even though it wasn't like a sore throat, like I was ill. And yeah, it saved me on the morning of one of our broadcasts, our 3BO3 day as well.
Well, you should have got a log RPC, Trav. That would have helped.
Really?
Yeah, it's got many different benefits, and one of them is helping a strep throat.
I'll take your word for it.
You probably shouldn't. Anyway, here we go. 9-5. Opportunity for K27 with an investment behind them here. Scaling forward is Piers with the Mac 10, running and gunning, but Casino will contain. Nice little move made by him to negate that Mac 10. Quinky locking it down in on the A-bomb side. 2 frags found from him. Clax will burn out, but it's not the end of the world. It's only Blitz left remaining. He does get the kill on Casino, but he's taking a lot of damage in the process. And dumping his utility here to try and get out of dodge and make sure they can't pick it up.
All of it. And at the end, the nade comes filing through. All of his utility did nothing, and the one nade, in the end, finishes him off. So the immediate hit back for K27 in the gun round, 10-5 double digits on their way to a map 3. That's something we haven't really spoken about in the entire series, to be fair, about what the map 3 is. It is ancient, a map which
Very good map for both teams.
Very well, but it's one that Infinite did use a lot pre-Volt and post-Volt, currently with Volt on the team. So, yeah, I'm still favouring K27, but yeah, it's one that they played a couple of times in a couple of lands we covered them on as well. So, wouldn't count them out at all.
Shot. Good job, brother, from Clax. Systematically clearing out the angle as he makes his way forward, gets the opening kill. It's really just this round between K27 and the finish line. Infinite not going to have any money at all, barely any round loss bonus behind them either. Might even be inclined just to force buy their way to the finish line if this one goes against them. Quinky's in a cheeky position as well because X5 will take the first contact of Kriaz, and then Quinky could step out off of him. I don't know if Blitz has been spotted. He's actually giving them some room to work with here. That's nice. Well done from Slen to find clax there.
3v3.
Double CT setup.
Yeah, and Casido and Cashlid together on this one. In a pretty good position to play off each other's contact in some way. Quinky's going to work his way back over the top from jungle, and that does find Blitz. Look at the damage it's done to Slend as well. Volt finding Cashlid is good. They need more from him, but there's the catch from Casido. Slend, 12 HP. There's the information on both these two players, but finding frag is very difficult. Has to go for some spam damage to try and find any sort of recovery in the round. And he does have the bomb, but there's no time to run back B now. He would have had to have done it straight away to have a chance to get there in time.
Just gonna have to save at this point, unfortunately. Nothing else available for him. K27 did pretty well to actually keep Infinite bay. I feel like Infinite almost like the engine stall out there or something, because once you get that kill like on clax in the front of ramp, I thought that would have been the moment that they looked to try and activate and take the space in towards the A bomb site. And I feel like that they should have had a little bit more of like a killer instinct in that situation. By them slowing things down as much as they did, they gave the opportunities for K27 to get themselves back in decent positions, just chip away at the Infinite players. And that puts K27 just 2 rounds away from finishing off the job.
That's a very good point, yeah. Just too much power from K27 on this map of Mirage so far. I believe the A stream has now ended with Heroic coming out on top against FOKUS. So that gives us the Astralis versus Heroic decider match tomorrow.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, who would have thunk it? Should have been the winners match, if anything, on that group. But HOTU decided to shake things up, didn't they? And they did it on hard mode by beating both Heroic and Astralis, 2 of the qualifier favorites for my money.
Exactly.
So that means tomorrow we round out the groups. And then the day afterwards, we delve into the festivities of the play-ins.
There's 4 quarterfinals and qualify you to those semi-finals. Whoever wins those 2 semi-finals takes the 2 EU positions from the EU qualifier for the main event.
And those games are played on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. And of course, we still have 1 spot from South America and 1 spot from North America as well.
All right, as I suspected, Infinite have decided to persist with the Force buys here. Not in the market for ecoing at 12-5 and then just trying to play for overtime or at 11-5 and then play for OT from there. Emphasis on middle for this T side.
Catch from Slend, that's one of the 2 rifles they've got. And X5 does get run down by Kriaz. B bomb site totally open. And clax is going to need to face Con, but Slender's still there waiting for him. And Slender's got his crosshair in the perfect position. No problem. Cashid will get the kill, but the bomb's about to be planted on B. Infinite will get a bit of a lifeline here.
Yeah, keep themselves in the contest for now. Also quite a lot of damage done in the round that they lost before this. So K27 don't have any money. You know Volt would want to put the knife in between the shoulder blades of Cashlid there, but Cashlid starts turning around and Volt thinks, yeah, all right, not going to risk this one unnecessarily. 11-6. Like I said, K27 have no money, so they'll probably force 11-7, lose the force 11-8 after the eco. Maybe way back in.
Got a question for you.
Go on.
We've done quite a few games now on the B stream and had some big moments with some big players. Device has had a great clutch. We've seen some crazy back and forths. As Casido is found by Kriaz at the end of the round, by the way. Thankfully, we still got the kill feed on our player cams view. So important kill there. But do you think the Cashlid clutch is the best of the B stream so far?
I guess you can't call the poddy one a clutch, right, with the scout, because I think he had a teammate alive still, if I'm not mistaken. Did he? There was,
I think he did.
I think in terms of how important the clutch was, I'd still go for the Dvushka 1 versus 3 against Astralis.
Yeah, fair. Those are the two for me. They're top two 100%. Between you know, these two matches we've seen, I think 2 1v3s.
Yeah,
two very different ones, but
exactly.
both impressive.
Both very impressive. Cashlid's, I think the most impressive part of Cashlid's was, first of all, the decision to just run to the B-bomb site, and then second of all, the fact that he doesn't just jump through the window to then get onto the bomb site, but he actually checks catwalk. That was what was very impressive about Cashlid's clutch. And then from there, it was kind of elementary, you know, just scope in on the window player, get the kill and mark it, and then Volt was very low. For Dvushka, this was like 3 kills in very quick succession.
Yeah.
Sure, he caught them completely off guard, but the fact that he was able to find that third frag was what made it very impressive, as one gets away from Cashlid there, also compromises his position in lowers. But that does not matter. Oh, he needed more ammo.
Yeah, fresh magazine on the MP9. He wants to get back in for more, but on the fadeaway does eat damage, and Quinky will eat a whole AWP bullet, I'm afraid. He won't be eating any more because he's dead. Kriaz will find Cashlid charging back up through the underpass with the MP9, and no issue here unless the clax flank top middle can catch a player off guard. He can grab a gun. I doubt it. Bomb's already being planted on A. Yeah, he's not even really fully committing to it either. So Infinite are going to battle back to a 7th round here. We had our 80k pop-up as well, don't forget. We're doing a giveaway for the 80k mouse. Make sure to click the panels and get involved below the stream. Could have a brand new peripheral coming your way.
I need a new mouse, actually, Trav, to be honest with you.
Okay. How long have you had your current one?
So, the one I had... So, I've used 3 mice in the space of the past 3 months, because the one I had before, I had for like a few years. That packed up. I then brought a new mouse that I was sponsored out of the cupboard that I'd never used. And after like a month, it stopped working. So now I've gone back to like one of those mice that you have in the back of your cupboard that you think you're never going to have to use again. But
yes,
I've now had to dig deep into like the C team of peripherals that I have available.
Yeah, I've been there, mate. I mean, do you know the really cheap brand called like TechNet or whatever that you just get from Amazon? I had to dig back to a TechNet mouse once years ago. It was like a tenner. It was a gaming mouse, but it was it cost a tenner. I can assure you that our lovely 80k mice are a lot better than that, and that is why, maybe Matt, you should go and grab yourself one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here, man. All right, well, what I'm thinking about this round is that there's not much to say. K27. I mean, this should still be a formality, right, Trav? Like, there's no world in which the game gets away from K27 from here.
I feel the same way.
Not with how good they've looked throughout the map.
Casino doesn't get tempted to peek Tom there, hearing the Kriaz reload. Definitely whiffy from Kriaz, but it's fine. We'll get the kill. We've got another crazy comeback to come in here for Infinite. Don't forget, Echo were up 12-6 on NIP in map 2, and ended up losing the map 16-14.
But that is the underdog losing the comeback to the favorites. Like, this would be even crazier, I think. Like, whose map pick was that on? It was even on NIP's map as well, right? And it was on the CT side of Nuke. So you stack all those factors up together, and I'm not saying it makes sense, but it would make more sense than what this comeback would be if this one was realized.
Ooh, Stan went 32-18. 10% swing. 100 ADR, 1.79 rating. That's what we want to see from Stown against some of his Danish brethren.
Yeah, and check Salazar, 12 for 22. He got farmed, man.
Unfortunately so. That's the quality difference. X5, can you get a kill? Probably not now. Deeg on the way out. Keep his Kevlar.
And here comes another gun round, and this is where we're looking at K27 to finish off the job. and deal that decisive blow. They need 2 more rounds here. Infinite looking a bit more dangerous now with the momentum behind them.
And K27 will know and realise the importance of the round, like you were mentioning. Timeout called.
Well, here we go. What if K27 got to show us here off the back of the timeout? All for cash, the rifles outside of that. Not the most utility in the world. Oh, Quinky left exposed. The nades break open the smoke and Slend will take full advantage. He's trying to set up some utility of his own. Normally, that smoke only gets broken in snipers by the CT player to take advantage of it, not the other way around. Double push through ramp here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, with clax in tow. This is really good information gathering for K27. They need it too. Being a man down, great call to make in this sort of situation. They're going to split up though. Clax will flank Palace and Casido will flank top mid. And Daitor, he's not... Oh my word. He wasn't even... Had his hand on his mouse for a second there. He was looking the opposite direction and... Thankfully for him, he managed to grab hold of that mouse again and get the kill. But Clax on the Palace flank got both of those two. 3v3 recovered. X5 now knows what's going on. Palace presence is an issue for Infinite to deal with. X5 does catch Slend off guard, trying to hold the short rotation. Blitz finding Cashes in the end is important. Now the 2v2 after plant can ensue.
Oh boy, X5's going to get caught off guard on the timing there from Daitor. Clax has got to do it all, and they know that he wasn't towards Palace, and they now know that he's still there, and he hasn't been able to get a kill. So instead, he's going to pack his bag and head for the hills. Infinite, are they really doing it right now, man? 11-9 with an anti-half buy to follow. They were down, what, 11-5? I think at the most one-sided. Yes, indeed.
Correct.
11-5. 4 consecutive rounds now for Infinite, battling their way back in. No map wins ever come easy here in this qualifier, Trav.
No, that is a very good point. Comeback upon comeback. The HOTU game versus Astralis comes to mind as well, with some halves that were sure a little bit closer, but never comfortable. And look at how those stake odds are closing up right now.
Oof, yeah, like a wound being sutured.
It was 8 for Infinite earlier. Now it's 4.
To like 1.04.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I went and made that stake account when I said I was gonna.
Slend also, I think we saw in our graphic there for a second, has I think 6 opening kills in this map as well. So he's really putting his best foot forward.
He was class on Nuke as well.
He was. What a clutch he had in that 1v2 on the A-bomb site.
I'm a bit surprised K27 aren't fully committing to the stack here. Cashed is going to start to gravitate back in this direction. I think it's Casita with the 5-7 just crouching right now, waiting to see if there's going to be any heads offered up to him, and he actually will get a little bit more proactive there. Now, Infinite know that there are 2 players committed in towards this B-bomb site. Does that change up their approach? It looks like it. Problem is, it's not like they've got anything to fall back on here, because they were all in on apartments initially.
I like the pause, though. You mentioned the value of pausing in these scenarios and just letting the round play out when you've got at least 30 seconds or more just to hold, see how that moves the K27 defense around. And let's see what Cashes has got with only an AK and no armor. They are moving that bomb back toward B with a different prong of Kriaz coming through middle instead. They have a different line of attack. There's the spot from Casido. Could that bait in Cashlid in any way here on this B-bomb site? Kriaz will find that kill on X5. Will it take them back? It will take them back. And they do have enough time, like you say.
Only just, though. Only just, right? Dietor, you can't afford to get fancy with your moves, mate. You just got to focus on getting onto the side bomb out. Bomb will come through with a second and a half to spare. Big kill out of Kriaz to have carved this path in towards the A-bomb site. Should be a formality from here. And as Casita goes down, Cash will say, yeah, I want nothing more to do with that one. Infinite up to 10. They draw within 1 with a gun round to follow.
Loads of money available for Infinite. They're going to already be pretty heavy on the hunt for Cashlid, knowing the AWP has been lost as well. Let's see if they can find him. I doubt it, but it's worth the hunt attempt. If they spam that wood on short right now, that could be a bit of an issue for Cashlid. I don't think he's going to be fully exposed to it, but it's a possibility, as you can see, from a certain angle.
Kriaz, can you hear us? Wallbang the window.
Yeah, Cashlid will keep it.
Oh.
I had one bullet, you're right.
There. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really, really good late call from Kriaz. We've been, joking a little bit about, he's been around for a really long time, playing different roles in nearly every single team he's been on, every single region. That there was him taking points. They didn't want to risk going into B. If Kriaz went down, maybe they would have gone B and into 2 players, and they probably would have lost the round. Kriaz finding that kill on X5, captain on captain action. That made the difference, and with, as you say, literally 1 second to spare to make sure they could get the plant on A. It's on the knife edge, but they made it work, and in goes Kriaz himself here, making a space as the captain to find Quinky, and where have K27 gone all of a sudden? They are 3 kills away here, Infinite, from getting back to 11 all.
Yeah, Cashlid's, it's not, excuse me, it's X5 on that AWP is going to be able to get a kill back here. Not calling for anybody to rotate in his direction. Infinite instead are going to try and breach in towards this bomb site. What's that smoke that's been thrown from spawn there by Slend? It's going to be a deep B bomb site smoke to block off one of the archers. A McDonald's smoke coming through. As X5 gets eaten up. And if you're clax and Casino, you got no business in this one. Why are we peeking? Why are we peeking? Why aren't we saving our weapons, boys? It's about to be 11 all. We don't have any money. What's gone on?
They're a little bit cooked, I think.
Shell-shocked?
A little bit. This is incredible work from Infinite. This felt like a formality at 11-5 for K27. They had so many more options to use on this CT side, and Infinite are making magic happen. Map 1, fair enough. K27 despise Nuke. I think they've won it twice and 11 times now, if not more. Never mind, it's way more than that. I'm pretty sure. But still, gives you the idea.
Trav, they've gotten 9 kills in the past 6 rounds, have K27. Completely disappeared in terms of the firepower. Do they force buy?
That was close. I think they might with full loss. There's a chance they do.
Can Infinite hold their nerve and finish it off from here is another question worth asking. They might not even believe, might not even be able to believe that they're at this point. It's going to scratch their eyes.
Well, here comes that purchase I was talking about. Cashlid, AWP, Clax M4, FAMAS A M4, MP9. 5 different weapons for all 5 players, and Cashlid, he's fighting bottom middle. Clax has already gone down. This is now very exposable for Cashlid. Losing Clax in that position, and that pushes Quinky forward. Cashlid drops, like I said. It's just falling into place like it's nothing here. And then disappeared.
They've dropped off the face of the planet altogether. Maybe we live on a flat Earth all along and they just walked off the edge. Casino's dead. That is the cleanest round of the lot so far for Infinite to have gotten themselves up to map and series point. I cannot believe. I mean, I got to give credit to Kriaz. One, for the calling. The calling has been outstanding on this T side so far. Phenomenal decisions being made. Secondly, he's actually been the tip of the spear in a bunch of these rounds as well. He's been getting opening kills. He's gotten 4 opening kills, Trav, in and amongst the streak of 7 rounds. And they've been crazy sick opening kills where it's just like pedal to the metal, running at K27, running them down on catwalk, through smokes in connector, in apartments. Can they finish off the job?
K27 will use their final tack, pause, and you can see Coach Valvina, they're not looking too happy, and I don't blame him. How have K27 put themselves in this position to be on the brink of elimination? Reminded this is the elimination match here in their group to get through to that decider game, to play for the playoffs, to get through to Star Series 20. It's a long road, but this is a step on the road they thought they were going to get. Nuke, I can forgive them. But this one, I can't. In comes Volt going straight in. Timing is unpredictable. And Volt's going to double entry them. Even a third through his own teammate. What has happened to K27? 2-9-3s. And Volt puts his team on his back in a 5v2.
He's looking like a man possessed there upon entry duty. That is insane out of Volt. They've got to hold their nerve. That's overhunting there from Slend. Is there a way back in? K27, they need there to be a way back in. It's Quinky. And it's X5. It's now just Quinky on 12 points of health, tapping away. Fight's offered up to him. He's got the intel, but he's been overwhelmed. Infinite have done it. I have no idea. Some sort of dark magic has been ensued upon this game for Infinite to win 2-0.
I'm baffled as well. I'm totally baffled. We both picked K27. It's very clearly the right decision to make beforehand, before